All right, on this episode of Bowks Talking Bouts, very excited to be talking to an individual who's headlining the next UAE Warriors card, UAE Warriors 67, going down on January the 31st. And a very intriguing fight between Tom Breese and Caio Machado set to go down in the headliner. And great having Caio back on Bowks Talking Bouts to talk about that. How are you doing, man?
Hey Dylan, doing great. Like final week of preparation here in Brazil, just like tuning up the strategy, getting that weight on this pole we wanted for the trip. But everything's doing good. It's being a short camp. We Warriors kind of doesn't give us much notice between fights, but it's been good since it started. Since the new year, been training hard, and I'm ready for this fight.
Yeah, no, it's great to see and good to see you getting back out to it, especially because I would think that you'd probably want to get out there with like a quicker enough turnaround from your last fight, being that it was last August and also a first round finish and cementing yourself as that inaugural light heavyweight title holder for King's Championship. So yeah, you must be really excited to be, getting back to it and have the first fight of 2026 locked in now.
Yeah, actually, I just had a fight on a smaller promotion here in Brazil end of December on December 13th. I don't think they updated my topology or share dog yet, but I just got a 13-second KO. So, like, it was just a easy day at the office, and like, I could just keep going. And I got the idea of like, I'm still active. I didn't have much time to like in between, but like just keeping going to train and keep going to work, and this opportunity and the U rewards is always a good opportunity for us to show up our skills.
Yeah, it seems like you had a good experience with them the prior time you competed for them. So it would seem like there was that enthusiasm to, get back with them and compete under their umbrella. I mean, I feel like that brand just has such notoriety in the global MMA space. It being on, UFC Fight Pass and you having those goals to get back to the UFC, it seems to all kind of work together in that sense.
100%, I believe. Also, like structure wise, from all my years of like coaching and cornering, fighting, I've seen very few promotions with that kind of structure, that kind of care for the athletes. Just like beside of the top promotions like UFC and PFL, I don't see anyone coming close to Warriors as I saw. But yeah, it's been a great experience. Last time I was there, great treatment, great structure for fighting, great platform. I just don't understand really how what's going on with the Fight Pass stuff right now because as we are here in Brazil, the Fight Pass is completely gone here. So the knowing that the fight's gonna be on Fight Pass is news for me right now. I kind of like to know from you what's going on with the Fight Pass on your end over there.
Yeah, it is an interesting time for all of that. Like, I still have Fight Pass where I'm at in Canada, but it seems like a very transitional time with a lot of the media rights kind of dynamics, like with like the Paramount deal and stuff like that. And Canadians aren't going to be under the Paramount agreement because there's like a prior, I believe, media rights agreement with Sportsnet, if my understanding on that is correct. So yeah, it's a very interesting landscape in terms of where you can watch what and etc. It seems like.
I see. Because here, like January, we were only everything was on Fight Pass here in Brazil. As assumed, the January first hit in, like they Fight Pass right now. I still can assess, but like there's no content, no UFC, no smaller promotions. So right now it's just an empty platform, and we started everything at Paramount right now. But like this, the original scene right now for us, it's kind of non-existent in terms of like broadcasting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see like kind of what I guess comes out of that. Like just I guess what other players in the space with some of these other kind of circuits and stuff like that, like regional circuits for lack of a better way to phrase it. Because obviously, to your prior point about the great show UAE Warriors puts on and just your experiences with that, I mean, definitely a viable product. And I feel like there's been a few other similar promotional situations in terms of like them being on UFC Fight Pass before, and it's like, oh, where are they gonna go now? So it'll be interesting to kind of
Yeah,
see what plays out with that, I guess.
100%, 100%. It's just like everyone's asking me where to watch and say, yeah, I'm not sure right now. They're supposed to be on Fight Pass, but what are we doing now?
Yeah, no, I mean, got to have that clarification so people can tune in and support you and,
Yeah,
see what you're doing and
100%.
stuff like that. Especially because you've been on such a great run lately, man. That has to give you quite a bit of surging, mounting enthusiasm and stuff like that. Like it seems like you're getting steady first round finishes. And yeah, I mean, really, speaks volumes to what you've been able to do since leaving the UFC.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's being four with the December fight, that was four first round finishes. I think like I got three or four strikes landed on me during those four bouts. So it's been pretty good for me. Like the move to light heavyweight was the best decision for my career. I've been finally like since the UFC laws, I'm finally wearing that weight a little bit better, more acclimatized to it, and since then was only wins. And I believe a win right now will definitely put me back on the UFC list to come back now in 2026.
Yeah, especially fighting someone like Tom Breese, who previously also was in the UFC and has that PFL experience prior as well. So, I mean, definitely a pedigreed opponent that would get you kind of back in those conversations, I would think.
Yeah, for sure. Like I believe Tone is like that should be the most experienced guy I ever faced. Again, as I said, PFL experience, UFC experience. He also softball and so kind of awkward softball, very softball standing. But it's gonna be a good fight. I think good result for me right now. Definitely gonna put some eyes on me again.
Yeah, and I guess what are your thoughts on like some of his better skills in the cage? Like, I mean, I mentioned the resume piece about some of the bigger shows he's fought under and like the banners he's fought under, etc. But what are your thoughts on I guess some of the X's and O's of his game as a fighter? Like, what do you think he does well out there?
Yeah, from what I've been able to see, which is there's a lot of stuff right there. So he's a well-rounded fight. He can strike. He can grapple. He definitely has a more. He leans more towards his grappling style. He has a lot of finishes. I see. He's very good on his traditional game. Has really good double leg takedowns. It's a guy that like can shoot from the center of the cage and can take people down with kind of ease. But I seen some holes too. I don't want to get into much details on it, of course, but I see a path where I can work my way around it too. From what I understood, he also fought at welterweight at some point, and like even you put some muscle, you have a you're he's a big guy and all. Like there's a build like as a guy that being in a heavier division that I supposed to, I know like doesn't matter if you weigh the same, your body will treat you different.
Yeah, like the body composition pieces are different, even though the number on the scale is reading the same for both of you.
100%. Like again, like I don't think I could make 170 since like probably seventh or eighth grade. So I don't see how he can do. He can fight. I think inside the UFC at welterweight and still manage to like put in good numbers at 205. Like the body definitely gonna feel it a little bit.
Are we thinking that's going to be like the big variable in this one, large in part, just like the body composition piece? And I guess kind of tying it within the recent run of first round finishes you've had. I mean, does that kind of, in your estimation, inform another finish in the opening round? Like, does the streak continue? Is that not even on your radar at all? Just, yeah, curious to get your thoughts on that.
Like I'm always looking for the finish. I'm a guy that I'm gonna be building and working towards getting a finish right off the bat. Everything I show is to end the fight. At this new division, I can feel the power. It's being transferred to me so much better. I'm knocking people out at 205, and definitely, as we said, the body composition being different. That's definitely on my books, but I'm not just gonna rush in to do it so but like definitely gonna like start construction, build my way into knocking out right away. If I can get another first round KO, it's gonna be even better.
And is this similar to your previous UAE Warriors fight insofar as it's like a one fight contract to kind of facilitate some of the other, sometimes more short notice kind of fights you've been taking in Brazil? Like, is it kind of like a similar dynamic this time out where it's a one fight contract?
Yeah, yeah. Like one thing I like about Warriors, they keep us. They like to bring us back, but they don't keep us tied to the promotion, especially we being away from there. So like as I said, I fought for them in July last year and was one and done deal. But like they always had the idea, oh, if we find a good match, we're gonna bring you again. But like feel free to go around, fight a Kings Championship, fight here, fight there. So it was great for me. I got to fight around here in Brazil, got some good wins, a little bit more experience, and it's gonna be going back to the UAE Warriors to put another show. We're now in the main event, so it's a great opportunity. It's a great spot to be right now.
No, I love to hear that, man. Very much does seem like a great spot. And I'd be curious to, get your thoughts on this because we've kind of touched on it the last few times we've spoken, but since it's out there in the world now, just that Smashing Machine film based on Mark Kerr that featured The Rock that you had kind of played a role in and you were on set and etc. I guess with it being out there in the world now and people, receiving it and taking it in, like I guess what are your thoughts on the broader like reception of the Smashing Machine and just your thoughts on the movie now that it's been out there in the world at all?
I liked the movie overall. I ended up having a very, very short time there. My I was supposed to have a bigger role in the movie, but right before I started shooting my fighting scene, they cut off the movie. I was supposed to be fighting the Mark Coleman character as Pitt Williams and delivered a head kick KO on him that would after bring him back to the redemption on Pride. That would be kind of the storyline we were working on with my character. But I think they just got that out of the movie and was a shame. I was excited to do a big like fighting scene, a little bit more stunt work than I actually had to end up doing. But it was good. The movie was good. The reception, I think, like The Rock did a really good job. I think overall, all the actors, the fighting scenes, which is one of the hardest parts to do, like transfer MMA to the movie screens, kind of hard. They did pretty well. And like it's just a matter of like the numbers didn't do as well since the pandemic kind of moved theaters and not hitting the same. So it's a weird spot for kind of those are more artsy movies, especially from like even Kerr, it's a big name inside the MMA community. It's not really a name that brings the big crowds. It's from a darker age on MMA where like things were very like only the OGs would know. So it's hard to capitalize on that, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean, reasonable points for sure. It is kind of an interesting time for that as well, just like in terms of like being able to generate those bigger box offices to your point. Like, I mean, even that Christie biopic that Sydney Sweeney did, like you'd think that would generate a certain amount, but I think it was like in a similar kind of position. So yeah, curious time for like getting people out to the movies and the metrics with all of that for sure.
Oh yeah, like yeah, myself, I've always been a big move guy, and in the past, if you believe, in the past 4 year, went 3 times to the movies, where before I used to go like at least once a week, once every 2 weeks with my girlfriend at the time, now wife. So things change. We more watching stuff at home, streaming more stuff. So I think the movie fell a little bit on that part, but overall, I think it was a good experience for me. It was a great pick to be part of it, and let's see how it goes. And I think they hope some good stuff for the like award season right now.
Yeah, no, it's cool. And yeah, hopefully more opportunities can kind of manifest from that for you and stuff like that. I mean, great experience all the same being on a set like that and a lot of big, combat sports names that were also part of that film. So it seems like it was a great experience for you overall.
100%, 100%. Like it was really fun to be part of it.
No, I love that, man. And just, yeah, such a, massive film, big names, as I kind of said. But yeah, super stoked to, see this fight and good to, get the quick turnaround after the brief December victory that you notched there, as you kind of mentioned. So love to see that, and especially on a platform like UAE Warriors. But in being mindful of your time and what you're getting up to today, Caio, I was, curious if maybe you did have like a final parting thought you might want to add as we're kind of wrapping up here. I really appreciate your time as always, man.
Yeah, I just want to thanks for the opportunity. It's always a good time for me to talk to you and chat a little bit with the fans. I'm looking forward to put on a show at UAE Wars. As I said before, my goal is getting back to the UFC, and I see the numbers. I see the way I'm working on it. I feel like I'm pretty close. I'm pretty ready to get back there. And with a win now against Tom Breeze, you should be my ticket back to the big show. So stay tuned if you can watch the fight UFC Fight Pass, because I'm definitely leaving my. I'm definitely putting on a show. Definitely leaving everything on that cage.
You definitely always bring that kind of energy to your competitive efforts, man. And this Tom Breeze fight is super exciting. And yeah, again, appreciate you coming on Bowks Talking Bouts. Super stoked to see this fight on January 31st. And yeah, cool to see you in that main event spot for UAE Warriors 67, and great insights given on the show as always, man. But to that point, you enjoy the rest of your day. Looking forward to the fight, and we'll peep it when it goes down. But yeah, all the best. And thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you.